Good morning, I'm Mackie Shilstone, and joining me is Spencer Shilstone, my son, who is a corrective exercise specialist and performance coach. And over the last 6 weeks, this being week number 6 of our series, we've been showing you stretches, dynamic warm-ups, and now strengthening to help strengthen the mid-back area and bring the shoulders back. This anterior rotation, forward rotation, done over time, as Spencer's talked about in the past, typing, even in sports, forward throwing, tends to create issues in the rotator cuff, in the shoulder. So we're going to try and help you with this. And this is an actual strengthening exercise, Spencer, that we're going to use a cable like you would see in a gym or a fitness center, but you could use tubing, right?
Yeah, if it's too hard to do with the cable machine, which we only have set at 10 pounds, then you can actually then switch it with a resistance cable. Now this exercise in particular is a lateral raise with a rotation at the top and an eccentric motion at the bottom, meaning the loading motion. And this exercise was shown to me by a colleague of mine. He's a doctor of physical therapy at Oxnard Hospital by the name of Mark Gutierrez, who is a wealth of knowledge.
So am I set up right?
Almost. One thing that we want to do is that we want to hinge at the hip, so that way we're facing down a little bit more and have our legs offset so we can keep our stability when we're doing this exercise.
All right, here I go.
All right, so come out to the end, and now we're going to rotate our thumb up, and then we're going to slowly, over 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, come down. Go ahead, do it again. 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now tell me, is this hard to do just with 10 pounds?
Yes!
Yep. So if this is something that's too hard for you to do, switch it out for some resistance bands and make sure that you're close enough to the bands. That way you're able to do this. We want to hit 10 to 15 repetitions total. All right, we're going to do it on the other side so you can see the back. All right, again, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the reason why we're doing 4 seconds for this is you want to build the strength over time under tension. We want to build endurance in our back muscle. That way we can continue to do this, because if you don't have that endurance, then you're not going to be able to have your shoulders stay back. They'll start to creep forward again.
The idea about the eccentrics, what he's talking about, if you look at the backswing in tennis, when, let's say, my work with Serena Williams, when she pulls back, that's eccentrically loading the shoulder. And then when she comes forward using the hips, that's called concentric, where I'm elongating here and contracting in the back, and then just the reverse. So it's very important that we mimic what goes on in life and in recreation. That's the key. So eccentric loading is definitely a way to go. And as you talked about, Dr. Gutierrez, in his work in rehabilitation, the idea is you train like you fight like you train. In my world, and in rehab, you have to mimic what happens in the sport.
Exactly.
So, all right, so we now have finished 6 weeks. And if people want to see more about this, you can go to wwltv.com, or you can go to maxwellnutrition.com and find it all. And we'll set up now the next series coming, we'll let people get into something new, right?
Yep, so we have a couple of ideas that we're going to be starting next week. And if you want to learn a little bit more about what we'll be doing, well, just tune in next week and check it out.
All right, I'm Mackie Shilstone, Spencer Shilstone. Until then, stay strong.